Hey, what's good, Birdie? Feet deep, please. What's good? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully, y'all hit the sub button. Hopefully, y'all hit the sub button. Hopefully, y'all hit the follow button. I'm gonna put a video up. Candace Owens. Y'all, what's up, y'all? What's up? I'm looking for a video of Candace Owens real quick. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go to. Can we do a screen capture real quick? That one screen capture. Alright, so what's good, y'all? What up, y'all? Screen capture. What's good, chat? Um, to some he was. Hey, who am I to dispute that? To some he was a great man, you know. To some he was. I just think that America isn't a place to criticize other Americans. That's just my personal belief. Can't sit there and just criticize other Americans all day. I think we need to change that. Liberals are demonic. You have your right to your opinion. The liberals are demonic. Jeez, you're on the far right. Hey, you definitely have your right to your opinion. I just feel as though we're all Americans, man. We need to respect each other as that. But I'm going to get into this character. This is what Candace Owens had to say. We're going to check that out in a minute. And I want to see what people have to say about it. But I just got to get this thing together. How do you feel about Candace Owens? I wonder how y'all feel about Candace Owens. Let me check out your last comment. I'm okay with Republican. I believe so. Now that I believe so, bluegrass. I believe so. Democratic kicking and pro. I believe so. Bluegrass. He was probably a Republican. One moment. One moment, y'all. Let me check out this chat. This is my live stream chat. Them oil push race and whatever. Yeah, I just don't believe in anti-American speech. We're all Americans. So I think there should be a law anti-American speech. Yeah, I just don't believe in that part. Look it up. Okay. Yeah, but the Democratic Party. All right. Yeah, they've always been shady. Always been shady. I believe so. I believe so. Freedom of voting. I believe so. I gotta check that though. But I think so. I think I know. I think I know what's a little better I can do. Education. So you're saying the Republican Party is responsible for that? Okay, now you can teach me some. Okay, so it's over factory. Hmm. And indeed he was. The live stream, y'all. So what I'm basically getting from this is that because of his sudden stance in that war, he was killed by the government. That's what it seems like she's saying. Antronic, you don't hear anything, Antronic? Antronic, you don't hear anything? Oh, y'all don't hear the video. Let me see something. All right, let me see something. I don't hear the video. Video captured. I was supposed to be listening to the video. Let me see something. Uh, My video capture device. Like, bruh, I'm over here thinking y'all can actually hear the video, and y'all can't hear the video. But why is that? Hold up. I'm gonna play the video real quick. Nah, nobody told me, bruh. I'm sitting here playing. What's the name? Nobody told me. Like, come on, man. Puppies. Go to media file, poppy. Hey. All right, so I'm gonna play this video.
Killer, but I guess this is where you thought it was best to do a little propaganda for Israel would
Can
be
you
better
hear
than
it
us
now?
helping us track down the killer. But anyway, so Bibi
Say it a
Netanyahu and
little
that phone
more.
call, what took place was a couple of weeks ago before Charlie lost his life.
Yeah, y'all can
Charlie
hear it now.
was
Cool. I was
in the
supposed to
Hamptons
hear
and
the
he
video. What's
had
good, freaking?
more than one event, but he
What up,
had
more?
essentially what was staged, an intervention was staged by Bill Ackman because Charlie's thoughts, Charlie's rational
I thought y'all could hear the whole thing, bruh. What's good, free game? Hopefully y'all can still hear me talking. Charlie, I can't prepare. I don't know what y'all can hear until I actually. Yeah, I can't prepare until I know what y'all can actually hear. I don't know what y'all can hear until I actually start live streaming.
I would push in LGBTQ education into our schools.
Yo, man, make
This
sure y'all hit
company
the
is
like
going
button, y'all.
viral for its new process that gives you
I
permanent
don't know
teeth
what y'all can
in
hear
just
until I start
24
live
hours.
streaming.
This is what Candace had to say about this is what took over the internet yesterday. Okay. And again, I'm telling you
She
honestly.
said some foul stuff. Like, hold up. I gotta find my Twitch. Man, I gotta find my Twitter. This is my Twitter. Yeah, yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, this is this fool. You know, hear me? Oh, Elite Emily was good, y'all. All right, so I'm about to go back. Yeah, yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna find the video real quick. I'm looking for the video somewhere on Twitter. I gotta go through my likes. I think I liked it. And go through my own video and go through my likes. Go through my likes, I can't find my likes on this thing. It's the only thing I don't like about. The only thing I don't like about Twitter. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna go through my likes real quick. Man, I'm gonna type it in. I'm gonna let y'all listen to what she said. Like she been wild. Hold up.
And I will never, ever. Charlie really was an amazing person. You know, he was like, we were really close.
It
And
was good, Elite Emily.
he was my
Appreciate
best
you for
friend and my
tuning in.
brother. And I will never unsee the footage of what I saw, the violence of it. I pray for the people who took any pleasure in that. I would never, there's not a single person in the world that I would wish that on. And least of all, someone with a heart like Charlie's.
I got you,
He loved his family,
freaking.
he loved his wife, he loved his country. Charlie really was an amazing person, you know.
Yeah, I like Candace Owens too. Yeah, she be making some good points sometimes when she want to. She be making some good points when she wants to.
More than one event, but he had essentially what was staged, an intervention was staged by Bill Ackman.
Like he had
Because Charlie's rational thoughts about Israel were a no-no. This is not the route that you should be going on. And Charlie was surrounded by his friends.
Hold up. Yeah, R.P. Charlie. Yeah, ooh. I got you, free game. I got you a little later, free game. I got you a little later. I promise. This is
Quote unquote
Candace
friends.
Owens.
Bill Ackman was very upset, and threats were made. That is what I am told, and I will tell you that I am
Seems a
very
little
happy
low.
for Bill Ackman to
Quality
speak
of
this
that
narrative.
one
I
not
think
too good. I'm gonna keep it going.
that for whatever reason, we're not hearing too much about this Lance guy other than like he's been extremely cooperative. He's handed over his messages. I'm not implying that Lance was involved. I am implying that it's weird that we're not hearing more about him, right? You're telling me he lived with the guy. You're telling me us now that he's been texting with the guy about his plans. They're in love. Is nobody interested in learning more about this character? Okay, so Tyler's people are saying Tyler's a good kid. People around Tyler, classmates, are telling me he's a good kid. So I go into our tips box, and it turns out that actually Lance Twiggs' family has tried to reach out to me over the weekend. Obviously, I was in a very aggrieved state, and I was not prepared to even accept that Charlie Kirk was not on this earth, okay? And I realized that they're saying to me, like, you know, we want to speak with you, and there's more than one family member that has reached out because we trust you, and we don't trust the media. Good by me. They are, it sounds to me, a very good family. They're absolutely horrified by what has happened, and they are similarly perplexed by there not being more out there about the person he was living with, especially because what they told me, and I can tell you this exclusively, is that the house that Tyler Robinson was living in with Lance is owned by them. Tyler Robinson is
Hold on,
paying
you
rent
can't hear
to
the
them.
video?
Okay, so they know Lance, obviously,
How
and
come
I'm
others
going
can hear
to
it, but you
cushion
can't?
this with a
Hold up, y'all. The video, you can't hear the video? Y'all, everybody should be able to hear the video. They wanted them to. They wanted Charlie Kirk to be the president. It was kind of preparing him for it because I think he would have been 35. Who said they can't hear the video? Make sure y'all hit the like button, YouTube chat. I might switch it back to YouTube. Or better yet, I'm gonna look at what others had to say on him. Hold up.
Fanatics Sportsbook Game Day Guarantee, explained by Livy Dunn.
Hopefully y'all can
In
hear
a
it better
bathtub.
now.
Tired of weak offers from your
Charlie has been just a tremendous person. He's a great man, and it was sad that he lost his life. But I think you said something incredibly powerful about unity as it relates to Charlie Kirk.
He was incredibly influential. I knew about the college campus tours, his willingness to engage in open and constructive debates. His life was taken away. And for what? For what? Because he may have had a different opinion than yours, whatever that opinion may be. And to me, that's why I felt compelled to really speak out about it, because I think it speaks to the level of indecency and pure evil.
Are you getting the same sentiment from people that you know in the private side of it? No, people that's not public. Are they feeling like you? Are they?
It's cold-blooded murder. That's what happened to him, and that usurps everything. When you start talking as if somebody's position, their verbiage, their ideological tilt is somehow justification for such a vile, vicious act, I don't want to talk to you.
Stephen A., welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
And the faithful man and that you are, you actually fulfilled that promise. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
No, absolutely. I appreciate the invite. What's up?
I just got a couple things I want to talk to you about. You made a video that I think was incredibly powerful.
Hold up, I'm gonna move this video over just a little bit.
You know, we worked together way back in
On my screen.
2017 when we took 400 black leaders to the White House.
This video
And
over
Charlie has
just a
been
little
just
bit.
a tremendous person. I think people see him online and they have their ideas of who he is. He's a great man, and it was sad that he lost his life. But I think you said something incredibly powerful about unity as it relates to Charlie Kirk. So I just want to hear your thoughts on that as we've seen developments happen, as we've seen people come out online and trash his name. We've seen him being celebrated. You know, what's your take on Charlie Kirk and what it means to America?
I did not know Charlie Kirk at all. I knew the name. I knew the face because
So,
I ran across his
you know, see how I look,
being
man.
on television or on YouTube doing various interviews or whatever. I never really listened to many of his takes. I knew that he was incredibly influential. I knew about the college campus tours, his willingness to engage in open and constructive debates with whomever. I knew that about him, and so it wasn't so much personal. It was just like, my God, where's the decency? This man goes to Utah, goes on a college campus to do what he's been doing,
Can
which
y'all hear me?
is engaging in debate about his views and his ideology and comparing it to yours and asking you to prove him wrong and willing to have an open and
What
honest
the?
discussion in a public
Alright,
forum to do so.
hold up.
And
I see
because
what you
of
just
that,
wrote.
this man, with his children in
Alright,
attendance,
y'all can
with
hear
his
the video.
wife in
Alright, so
attendance,
now we having video
gets gunned
problems. Alright,
down.
hold up.
And you could hear about
I'm
these
gonna pause
stories,
this real
and it
quick.
could hit you verbatim. And
We're gonna get it together. You pause that real quick. Alright, so video over there. Let me put my video over there. Video capture over this one. So there you go. It should look a little better now.
in a very, very profound way to hear about things like that, and it makes you incredibly sad. But in our case, we saw it. I saw it all over social media. And to see the bullet pierce his neck the way that it did, to see him jolt and then his body
Because I
just
want y'all to
collapse
see
and you see
Charlie
the
Kirk.
blood gushing out, it was horrific in every sense of the word. It was incredibly sad to know that 2 children, 5 years of age or younger, were in attendance. His wife was in attendance, and his life was taken away. And for what? For what? Because he may have had a different opinion than yours, whatever that opinion may be. And to me,
Yeah, I
that's
want
why I
y'all to
felt
see
compelled
Charlie
to really
Kirk.
speak
Hold
out
on,
about
I'm
it,
gonna
because I
put the
think it
video up
speaks
top
to the
and at
level
the
of
bottom.
indecency
Let's
and
see if
pure
that works.
evil that not only has been pervasive in this country and throughout this world, but seems to be stomping, not inching, but stomping closer and closer to our doorsteps each and every single day. And somehow, some way, I think that all of us, as God-fearing individuals, have to come together, no matter our ethnicity, no matter our gender, no matter our ideological beliefs or whatever. We got to understand that we got to be in this together, because if we let this kind of evil become even more pervasive and take over, what kind of society are we going to have? And that's why I felt compelled to say the things that I said on that video the other day.
Yeah, and I think it was incredibly impactful. Millions of people saw that video. It was I call millions of views viral. And I appreciate you for that, Stephen A., because you and I, like we said in the past, like we may disagree on some things, but as men, we can come together and have a discussion, and we can still end the discussion with not agreeing with each other.
Right.
But at least we have enough mutual respect. You are around a lot of celebrities. I mean, you're very popular. You're in the know. Everybody knows who Stephen A. Smith is. Are you getting the same sentiment from people that you know in the private side of it?
No.
Yeah, people that's not public. Are they feeling like you? Are
No.
they?
And that's a problem that I have. They're not feeling like that at all. So many people, try to come and whisper in my ear about some of the things that he may have said that tilts away from whatever they believe my ideological beliefs are. And I told him flat out, I don't want to hear it. It has nothing to do with that. It's cold-blooded murder. That's what happened to him. And that usurps everything. When you start talking as if somebody's position, their verbiage, their ideological tilt is somehow justification for such a vile, vicious act, I don't want to talk to you, because I'm not going to listen to that. And if I do talk to you, there's no right in that whatsoever. You can never sit back and think that cold-blooded murder is a justification. Not in a civilized society that we're looking at. This is not somebody that was in a war zone. You weren't in Afghanistan and, we're at war with them, or is Israel and Hamas and a murder has happened or whatever. No, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a man that was on a college campus sitting there talking to people and was gunned down in front of all of us. I mean, who hasn't seen that video right now? And I'll tell you something, and I'll share with you, man, because my daughters, it really hit home with me when they spoke to me the other day. They said, "Daddy, we'd rather be broke. We'd rather be broke, knowing that you're safe and sound every day, than rich and worried about whether or not something like that could happen to you too." And it just saddened the living hell out of me to hear something like that. And it gives us all cause to pause, because this wasn't a politician. Not that it would be justified with them either, but it wasn't a politician that this happened. This was a pundit.
There you go. Okay.
This was an activist. And of course you're going to hear people, and on the white side, people are bringing up what happened to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., what happened to a Medgar Evers in the 60s, what happened to a Malcolm X, and they're saying that to us this was similar. That's what their position is. And fine, you can do that, but in the end, what it comes down to is that this is not something that should ever be excused. It should be universally condemned. And for us to be sitting here right now, Officer Tatum, talking, I've had you on my show, and that's why I owed it to you to come.
Hey, I do feel the same way, though. I do feel the same way. My only thing is that there's no place for anti-American, whether it's black or white. I feel as though there should be a law about that.
Come on your show. I asked you to come on twice, and you immediately said yes, and I really, really appreciate that. I'm not a Republican, I'm not a conservative, but I'm not a staunch liberal either. I'm basically a centrist who leans left on certain issues and right on others, and that's why I'm a centrist. But it's never bothered me. It's never once bothered me to hear other people's points of views, as long as they give me an opportunity to address its righteousness or how wrong it may be. I'm cool with it, and that should be that. That's not what's going on in this world today. It seems to me like if you don't agree with folks, you're a racist, you're a no good bastard, you don't care about anybody but yourself, you're this, you're that, or whatever. And people really, really are wishing harm on other people just because you have a different.
There is always someone for you to talk to in New Jersey. At the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, we understand that life's challenges can sometimes be difficult. Whether you're facing mental health struggles, emotional distress.
Well, it's going to be a heck of a Tuesday for us, guys. Where should we begin? I'll tell you this, something is not right. Something is not right. Bring in our movie poster. I know what you did this summer, okay? Got to add Josh Hammer's face to that poster as well, because suddenly everybody's talking. So let's buckle up for some more indisputable facts, okay? People that were at this weekend soiree in which Aaron Wexler sent out some of the invitations to, they're confirming that Charlie was pressed. Now, this was a multi-day weekend, but they're all like, yeah, no, at every layer, Charlie was facing pressure, questions from Seth Dillon. There's no way around that truth that they were not happy with his position, his modified position. I have it on first-person account that on the first day of the retreat, of which there were smaller meetings that took place, and then the retreat itself, Charlie presented, and he explained that he felt that it was wrong that he couldn't publicly criticize Israel. He apparently used an example that if he tweeted, and again, we're riffing here, but something along the lines of Charlie said, if I tweeted, I think that Bibi Netanyahu should resign, that he would then be unfairly attacked. And Seth Dillon then allegedly, he pipes up and goes back and forth with him quite aggressively, saying yeah, because that would be anti-Semitic. I heard that after Charlie left, Josh Hammer was upset.
I'm gonna put subtitles.
And Josh Hammer, I know for a fact, was a part of the beehive that was swarming him. About people that he was having at his conferences. I know for a fact. So if you'd like to dispute that, Josh Hammer, and release your text messages and pretend that you were just, chill and supportive and thumbs up, cool. I welcome you on this platform, okay? You are allowed to literally sit next to me and say, that isn't reality, and here's how it all went down, when I was the greatest supporter and I never
Sure, hit
cared
the
about
like
who he
button,
had,
chat me. Sure, hit
even
the
though I
like
got
button,
destroyed in a
please,
debate
boy.
by Dave Smith on his stage. I was cool with that. I love free speech. It's amazing. Okay? I am offering you my platform to do that. I'm not here. I'm not in the business of smearing, okay? I need answers. And I don't like the fact that people are telling small lies and they're misrepresenting things, okay? Now, as I have said multiple times, what I am uncovering here is a response to what I feel was a severe misrepresentation by BB and his echo here in America, of which I would say Josh Hammer and Seth Dona are part of that echo, okay? I am in no way attacking that narrative
Hold on,
and
y'all.
associating it with the events that took place on Utah's campus, but I don't like little lies. So let's attack this lead up.
Let's see what my Twitch saying. Yo, it's also only if you thing to go down here. Yo, y'all funny, man. No, we ain't doing that. Tripping. We're gonna go over to um
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of
hold on.
Charlie Kirk on a
Before we start that. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, now we can go.
college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others. Radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
He told us he wasn't shot. He was not shot. Blood pack magic.
Great places of the world.
I hear you, bro.
As we make a historic announcement about the Golden Dome Missile Defense Shield, that's something we want. And Ronald Reagan wanted it many years ago, but they didn't have the technology.
Hold on, y'all. Let me find another video.
At the highest level. I want to thank. To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all
Build a website you love with Wix.
Enable my chat.
For your
Divide and
works,
conquer.
create your brand.
Hold up, y'all.
Your opportunity.
You put my.
Your breakthrough.
I'm gonna put my
Feeling
chat
alive?
on my YouTube.
Run with it. From
so,
can't look away to
so my
how to
YouTube
have
chat
it.
can see, so y'all can see my chat.
Make every detail
My YouTube
yours.
chat can see my Twitch chat.
Bring out what's
My
hot.
Twitch chat can see my YouTube
Remove
chat.
what's
That's
not.
how we do it.
Crystallize it. Instantly set a tone that speaks in your voice to your audience. Keep moving. Your site grows with you. Add solutions that meet you where you are and take you where you want to go. Smooth to make, easy to love.
There you go.
About Kirk's death. Nigga, about no white man. About no motherfucking white boy. Back to the back. Back to the back. Anything I care about a white boy being about another white boy. I don't give a fuck about no white boy. I don't give a fuck about no Peckerwood getting. I don't give a fuck about no white boy getting. Shit, we go 0 to 100 real. He has 2 kids. Fuck his kids. He give a fuck that white boy kid. They probably autistic anyway. He give a fuck about that white boy kid. Fuck them kids. Fuck Charlie Kirk baby. Give a fuck. All the posts that fuck that boy. It is baby. She don't fuck about no white boy. The white on white crime. I don't give a fuck about white on white crime. White people don't care about black on black crime. Fuck that white boy. In his deal. Yeah, he got 2 kids. So, King Von did his babies too. Yeah, they think I was a girl. I'm having fun. Baby on it. Didn't nobody shoot me on the college campus. That's why they staffed them white folk campus. Had he been to an HBCU, they just would have recorded it.
Intronic, you can't hear what he's saying? What's good, free game? Hey, Intronic, you can't hear what he's saying? Oh, you talking about something Whitney fan. What's good, Q Mac? Appreciate you for tuning in.
They think I care about a white man getting, not the white man. Yeah, about no motherfucking white boy getting put on it. I should have protection. I'll protect me. Give about nothing.
Yeah, man, hit the follow button, Q Mac. We're gonna do some cars and not reactions probably tomorrow.
Delivering safe, clean, reliable, and affordable water to your family and ours.
He ain't saying nothing really. He gonna say a whole lot more, don't worry.
But I wish I could be. I didn't live during them times. But thank you for the compliment. Peckerwood, Charlie Kirk. I didn't think I'd give a damn about Charlie Kirk. I don't even like Trump. I don't really like Trump. Well, I do, but I don't. You know about white people and their problems. I just be talking like that to get white people's attention. When have you crackers ever showed love for the? I've been playing on you, stupid. I don't give a fuck about white. I swear to God, I don't.
Man, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Stingy K, and I'm back with another one just like the other ones.
Piss. Piss on his grave. What, thick? Piss on his grave. Commercial. Funny when I'm doing it to the.
Make sure if you haven't hyped the video up, man, hit that hype button, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Bro,
Come on, man. Turn them
you gonna
notifications
start a
on.
video. At least let it be the full.
Kirk's death. I don't give a fuck about Kirk's death. Nigga, don't give a fuck about no white man. I don't give a fuck about no white boy. I think I care about a white boy being killed by another white boy. I don't give a fuck about no white boy dying. I don't give a fuck about no pepper. It's just. I don't give a fuck about no white boy getting killed. He had 2 kids. His kids. They give a fuck about that white boy kid. They probably autistic anyway. Give a fuck about that white boy kid. Fuck them kids. Charlie Kirk babies. All the poor niggas that die, man, that white boy and his white babies. Niggas about no white boy. The white on white crime. I don't give a fuck about white on white crime. White people don't care about black on black crime. That white boy in his death. Yeah, he got 2 kids. So, King Von did too. Baby too. Yeah, they think I'm on the girl. Nigga, I'm having fun. Didn't nobody shoot me on the college campus. That's why they staffed them white folk campus. Had he been to an HBCU, they just would have recorded.
I ain't stuck watching shorts. So that I ain't stuck watching shorts.
Dorman's Heating and Cooling, serving South Jersey for 30 years and counting.
The left is refusing to apologize for their disgusting comments following Charlie Kirk's death. Instead of saying sorry, ousted MSNBC analyst, if you want to call him that, Matthew Dowd, is trashing the network for firing him after these despicable comments. Listen.
We don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in
The
celebration. He's been
more
one of the most divisive,
appreciate
especially
y'all for
divisive
tuning
younger
in.
figures in this,
My
who
Twitch
is
chat.
constantly
Appreciate
sort of
y'all for
pushing
tuning in.
this sort of hate
Make
speech or
sure
sort of aimed
make
at
sure you
certain
hit the
groups.
follow
And
button
I
to my
always go
Twitch
back
chat.
to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. You can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Yeah, have fun being unemployed, Matt. The network apologized for the comments, but Dowd doubled down on his nasty rhetoric and is now accusing MSNBC of caving to the, quote, right-wing mob. Paul Morrow is still with us. Paul, you hear those comments and you just shake your head because it was made after Charlie was shot, before we knew if he was alive or dead, and yet that's where a network went as far as, well, I guess he deserved it. That's basically what Matthew Dowd was saying.
Yeah, that is basically what he said, and it's so disheartening as all of us were on the edge of our seats waiting to see, praying
What up,
that he was going to be
BTA?
okay,
Make
that
sure
he
you
was
hit
going
the
to
like
come through
button.
this. Here is somebody on a national
YouTube.
network
Make
saying
sure you
he
hit the
deserved it,
sub
and then doubling
button.
down on it. So unfortunate. What I go
Make sure you
to
hit the
here,
follow
where
button.
my
Twitch.
mind goes to, is how ignorant, in the true sense of that word, uninformed those comments are. It shows what a silo, what a bubble many of the people on the far, far left live in, because celebratory gunfire, yeah. What do they think goes on? What does they think? The Turning Point USA is like a Wild West rodeo. Exactly. They're riding around on horses, boom, 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 shooting up in it. I mean, it's the most idiotic, ignorant thing I've ever heard. It's completely devoid of reality. And even when you do get celebratory gunfire, which is quite rare, you get it in the NYPD, you get it on New Year's Eve, they shoot up in the air. Very clearly, that's not where the shot came from. I was really amazed at just the utter stupidity. I'm sorry to use such a pejorative word, but I just felt that was just such a stupid thing to say.
Appropriate word, David.
Yeah, but it does continue across the spectrum. Martha Raddatz, right, blaming Trump. All of this is and it's typically what happens. The left equivocates when they can't get to a boogeyman, when they can't attack, they try to equivocate. We call for an end to political violence, to gun violence. Now, because you don't go along with them, you're the bad guy, and that's what they're trying to do here. The fact is that when you look at the instances of shootings, whether at the Catholic school, you look at even, and by the way, they went back to Minnesota, it was a Governor Walz appointee who committed that shooting against those two lawmakers. And then they still tried to blame Trump and the right. And Paul, this is the thing that really fosters a bad environment here for the country, because enough people or someone may believe that constant drone from the media.
Yeah, you know, and if you repeat this stuff long enough, it becomes a self-licking ice cream cone, as we used to say in the intelligence world. It becomes true by default. And, you know, I just wish that some of the people who are saying these things would leave the coastal enclaves and come to where I am now. We've been broadcasting from on the campus here in Utah. These kids are beautiful kids, man. I mean, they're coming up to us, they're crying, they're holding hands, they're praying together. It is the absolute antithesis of what's being put out in the hateful areas of the social media. None of these kids came there with any animus or violence in their minds, including some of the kids that have talked to me that said they didn't agree with Charlie Kirk. But well, you know what the commonality is? It's really interesting. They're so well informed. They said that, but I didn't really agree with most of what he said. But you know what he does that I really like? He was about the First Amendment. They got the importance of...
Who would defend him? We just gonna check out for that.
This company is going viral for its new process that gives you permanent teeth in just 24 hours.
And for the first time, there was a new school of thought that was chemically induced that made people question the very society they lived in. By 1960, the President of the United States was only 42 years old. Can you imagine? DMX is older than that. And he was going to usher in a new era of peace. He was going to avoid the Cold War. He was going to end segregation. And they blew his Things out in front of everyone in Dallas. This country was never the same.
Right now, if you had them prepare themselves in whatever way they would have to prepare themselves to come to battle, and I bet what I have, everything I have, that meatloaf.
Are there any good white people in the world?
There may be, but it doesn't matter. And you know why? No matter how good an individual white person may be, they have an obligation to look out for the best interests of the white race.
I seen this dude screaming, crying, saying, "You fuckers did it right now. I don't want to hear nothing from you self-righteous libs, Democrats. We're coming for you."
I don't know.
Knowing damn well the person that did it, y'all know what it is. Betty White.
Okay, y'all. We really need to talk about how these Charlie Kirk fans are trying.
See. Good question. Make sure you hit the like button, y'all. We can do this one.
Celebrities are reacting to the assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10th, while on Turning Point USA will forever be a blessing and memory. We pray for your eternal rest with our Lord.
The NFL is back, and FanDuel's got everything you need to play your game, from same-game parlays to live bet.
His series was called Prove Me Wrong. He would talk to people openly who disagreed. It's what we try to exemplify every day and say, this is what we need more of. So the irony of being violently killed while saying those words of what we need more of in this country, I know all of us agree on that part, as there's never a place for political violence.
That's the thing. This man was 31 years old with 2 children, I think ages 1 and 3, a family man, a wife. Now these children will grow up without their father. This woman will grow up, grow old without her husband. This country, there's just no place for this kind of violence in this country.
I'm going to bring in D.L. Hughley right now. And I want D.L., you have been, I think, the clearest voice. Thank you, sir, for joining us. I think you've been the clearest voice on this because you're speaking truth to power without, condoning violence. You're speaking to the hypocrisy that's happening on the right now.
No matter what side of the aisle you've been on, we have all been processing what happened to Charlie Kirk and what's happened since. Honestly, I don't even know if I have the right words for this. But I do take comfort in knowing that I'm not the only one who can't seem to find the right words.
My condolences on the loss of the sentinel. How are you holding up over the last 3.5 years?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty. It'll be an absolutely magnificent structure.
Well, we all grieve in our own way. To be fair to Trump, he is an old man. And when an old man wants to tell a story, it doesn't matter what you asked him about. Yeah, Uncle Marty, you want some coffee? You know, my dentist is an Asian lady. She dyed her hair pink. I told her, you look disgusting. But while the president is retreating into home renovations, the internet has been processing Kirk's death in a different way. If you've been on social media over the past week, you've probably seen some pretty shocking reactions to a public figure getting assassinated. There was celebration, there was mockery. Honestly, I found a lot of it so disturbing, I almost went back to Threads. I mean, I didn't. Nothing could make me go back to Threads, but I did think about it. And as expected, when people are being this shitty on the internet, there's gonna be backlash.
On social media, people who've criticized Kirk are being called out, their names and photos widely circulated.
Some people who celebrated his death are now under scrutiny from conservative activists. Those activists have created online websites to hold accountable those behind the messages. The website claims it's received more than 63,000 submissions so far.
Some employers already firing or suspending people for their posts about Kirk, impacting teachers, commercial pilots, doctors, and even NFL staff.
Even the NFL staff are getting fired? Oh, that's why the Giants suck. Unfortunately, this is a pattern we've gotten used to because we live in an internet landscape that is so toxic, even RFK wouldn't swim in it. So every horrible event tends to have the same cycle. One side starts posting their hot takes for
sound
clicks, and
good. Dry jokes. We're gonna go to the next one. Hold on. We're gonna go to Tariq Nasheed. We're gonna see what Tariq Nasheed has to say.
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm
Yo,
room
Antronic,
and built
right
a Wix
there,
website to
Antronic.
sell them. I'm Noah Rosen, founder and owner of Forged to Table Knives. Starting as a dishwasher and working my way up through the culinary industry, I knew a lot of people that would love an affordable handcrafted knife.
We want to see what Tariq Nasheed.
He was somebody who was placed, he was astroturfed. He was placed and positioned by the top. Okay, you're not going to do anything. You're not tough.
Hey, you come meet me and talk. Your other mouth is Nick.
Go on, cracker. He had to really codify a lot of the white supremacist talking points.
Hey, y'all, listen to this real quick. Listen to this, y'all.
See, I want y'all to understand something. Hello, we got a lot of people in here. Let me get some more folks in here because we do have a lot of people in here. Listen to this, y'all. Let's Nahima, hop on in.
Do you mean Nehemiah?
Nehemiah. I got old Negro eyes, man.
Hey, give me the mic, fucker. You got some nerve. You are garbage.
Hold on, cracker. Oh, your role.
Let's roll. Let's have a debate.
You slow down. Now, first you're gonna put that meth pipe down. You put that meth pipe down and you wait your turn. You don't.
Let's have a debate, nigga.
Okay.
Let's have a debate, nigga.
Talk all that because you don't talk all that N-word talk.
Let's see. No, it's Nigga, nigga. That's.
Oh, you don't talk tough, dude, because you're old.
Every word out of your other mouth is Nick.
You're an old Caucasian. Calm down before your Alzheimer's kick in. All right.
Nigga. That's every
tough guy.
Yeah, you can't debate me, right? So you're gonna try to kill me? Is that?
No, you don't come in here yelling, sir. Calm your ass down.
I ain't yelling shit. You have some.
Calm down, Mr. Mayo Man.
Nah. For you to come out talking shit about him.
Calm down, Mr. Mayo Pants.
Yeah. I'm running for governor, chump.
I don't give a damn what you're running to your meth dealer. I don't care how much meth you're smoking. You don't come in here yelling at black people.
Okay.
It's been 12 years a slave.
I do want to hear
you come meet me, slave.
an honest conversation, though. They just rambling. I want to hear a real conversation, though.
I tried everything for my stubborn dandruff, and then I found Nizoral. It works differently to get to the root cause of dandruff. Its active ingredient is 10 times more effective at fighting fungus, the
Hey,
primary
welcome
cause of
to the
dandruff.
live
Say
stream,
goodbye to
guys. It's
stubborn
your boy
dandruff
Marcy
with
Alago.
Nizoral. Now
Make sure
available
y'all
in a
hit the like
shampoo plus
button, man. Make
conditioner.
sure y'all hit the like. Make sure y'all hit the sub button.
Was dating years ago, and I know the guy. I knew him from the streets, and she was dating this dude, and they were living in a damn. They're not gonna let you mess up that bag because they bag up. Yeah, this is a.
On here, like a real. That's not.
By now, you guys all know about yesterday's.
Compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today.
My fellow Americans, we
Make sure y'all
must
keep
come
hitting the
together
likes,
to
y'all.
destroy each other. So yeah, Donald Trump came out with a partisan message blaming the left. And let's be real, did we expect anything different? This is what this guy does. The last time Trump delivered a thoughtful message was apparently when he sent a birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Yeah, that's... I realize that's 2 Epstein jokes in a row. It's not my fault everyone was friends with this guy, okay? And by the way, I'm not singling Trump out. This is how our society behaves now. A tragedy occurs. Instead of digesting and trying to understand, everyone sets their feet and starts throwing punches immediately. Like Nancy Mace, Republican congresswoman and somehow the scariest type of mace. She came out swinging, but apparently wasn't expecting a counter.
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today.
Then by that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota? Isn't this on both sides?
Are you kidding me?
But is there a problem with political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now.
Yeah, okay. We're talking about my thing right now, not about things that make me look stupid, because if we did that, we'd be talking all day long, okay? All right. Now, we're in very familiar territory. Republican accuses Democrat, so Democrat accuses Republican.
What do you say to people who are saying the Democrats need to lower the temperatures?
Oh, please. Right. Why don't you start with the President of the United States?
Right, so here we go again. It's Democrats' rhetoric. No, it's Republicans' rhetoric. Has anyone considered that the problem of political violence in America might not just be the rhetoric?
I have something to ask you, okay? My mom, was she a hero?
I wanted to protect you from all your mom stuff, from all my stuff, even though that's impossible. I wanted to be the one that you came to for help.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, Bob.
But instead, something extraordinarily complex. The problem might be a toxic mix of our gun laws, lack of mental health, collapsed social connection, probably a bunch of other things I haven't even thought of yet. I'm sure Labubu's are somewhere in there to blame. I guess I just don't think rhetoric is the root cause of this thing. Political violence isn't going to go away if the people on the other side say exactly the right words from now on. Now, that said, if you turned on the 24/7 news coverage yesterday, you probably saw some unhelpful rhetoric.
He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
I don't know, man. Okay? The whole idea of free speech in America is you can say what you want and not expect to be shot. Can you be challenged? Can you be challenged? Sure. Can you get roasted online? Sometimes. Told to leave a child's birthday party? Yeah. Even though I think I was right that the cake fucking sucked, Derek. All right? That was hardly only the bad take. Even some people who understood that a cycle of violence was not the answer, they still wanted to make sure you knew who'd be coming out on top.
The last thing I ever want is violence. Like, I spent 9 years in and out of war. The last thing I want is that. But if these people keep pushing, they're going to radicalize a huge portion of America that they don't want. I want us to be able to debate like Charlie Kirk always did on every campus, gave the airtime to opposing views. I want that as my America, not trading gunfire, because I'll win.
You could have just stopped with the last thing I want is violence. You didn't have to add in because I'll win. But I guess it's like Jesus always said, turn the other cheek, but be ready.
And, you know, that's because of the narcotic.
A black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope.
Loose and got him up out of here. And, well, a lot of
Hi, it's Haley Williams. Check out the music video for my song Glum on YouTube and YouTube Shorts, directed by my friend.
Radio, covering sheep.
So now their talking point, and I saw Donald Trump Jr. tweeted this, and a whole bunch of other right wingers started tweeting this. The tweet goes, and there's different variations of what people say, but this is the basic narrative. Donald Trump Jr. tweeted on September 13th, anyone else notice that when one of our heroes was assassinated in cold blood in front of thousands of people, including his wife and young kids? By the way, that wasn't true. His wife and kids were not there. That's a lie. That's a lie. Kirk's wife and kids weren't there. They were not there. If they tell that lie, just
Talking about
understand
Donald
they're
Trump
lying.
Jr.
But it says, anyone else notice that when one of our heroes was assassinated in cold blood in front of thousands of people, including his wife and kids, that not a single store in America had to board up their windows. That tells us everything you need to know. Now, this is them trying to dog whistle about some of the Black Lives Matter protests and uprisings. And I've seen several other variations of this tweet or this narrative. Some Asian lady who's a political strategist, she's an ex-Democrat turned GOP supporter, an Asian lady, Lindy Lee. See, this is why I don't like to do the left wing, right wing, because they're all wings on the same bird. They'll change political parties like they change draws. So she said, when George Floyd was killed, they burned down my street and caused $2 billion in damages nationwide. When Charlie Kirk was murdered, conservatives around the world came together in love, song, and prayer. Don't tell me these two sides are the same. Boy, these people, the white supremacists and their white supremacist adjacents, they're really, really desperate. There's another guy, he's another Christian conservative. And we're going to have to get on that Christian thing because they're running around here talking about Charlie Kirk as a Christian and all that. Christian means something totally different than what it means to us when it comes to the white supremacists. But this guy, Gunther Eagleman, he said, your hero is George Floyd. Our hero is Charlie Kirk. We're not the same. So they're doing all of these dog whistles talking about George Floyd and protest, and they keep doing these dog whistles. Somebody else, some other lady, with Patriarch Prime. No, who is this? I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but Patriarch Prime, that's the name of the person. And they said George Floyd equals deadbeat dad, domestic abuser, felon. Charlie Kirk equals loving husband, father. Which did the left hate? So they keep bringing up George Floyd and Black Lives Matter and all of that. They keep making these dog whistle false equivalencies. And family, that's basically these whataboutisms. You know, that's a deflection tactic. They don't want to talk about the subject at hand. The white on white killing of Charlie Kirk by a white man within his own white community. You understand? Instead of them confronting the realities of their community, you know, they want to sit up here and deflect and point the finger at us. See, they're trying to throw out all of these racialized tropes and dog whistles, talking about riots. You know, those are code words for us. White people never riot. All right. Whenever they say riot, that's a code word for us. Rioting and looting, those are black code words. Just like remember in Katrina when white people were out getting food and things like that. The media was like, okay, there's a couple, their people are getting resources. They're foraging for survival. They're getting resources. They're surviving in this natural disaster. They had to go to the store and take some
Dorman's Heating and Cooling, serving South Jersey for 30 years and counting.
some food and some water and what black folks do the same thing. Oh, these Negroes are looting. Oh God, look at them. They're rioting and looting. So they play that game. So they got to do these racialized dog whistles. And what they have to do when they keep talking about riots and George Floyd as it relates to the reactions of how they're reacting to the Charlie Kirk situation, they have to establish a false moral contrast. The whole talking point, we didn't riot, that's them trying to basically establish a moral hierarchy. See, that portrays the dominant group, the white supremacists, as quote more civilized, more restrained, more law-abiding compared to black communities. See, that's supposed to be some kind of moral superiority while pathologizing the response of marginalized groups who face injustice without consequence usually. So yeah, the thing is, no, who are you going to riot against? This was white on white crime. This was your own community offing one of your heroes. And from some of the reports coming in, the Tyler guy, some people are suggesting that he's clicked in with some of these little suspected white supremacist groups, the Groypers and all of that stuff.
We're suggesting that he's clicked
So he might be suspected of too being a white supremacist. So who you're going to riot against? Yourself? What you going to go in the living room and riot against your parents who raised you to be a white supremacist? Who
What
are you
up,
going to
Ken?
riot against? You got to go in the mirror and fight yourself.
I'm gonna listen to that. Hold on, what's the name again? I'm gonna listen to that. Hold on, what's the name again?
For you to come out talking shit about him.
Calm down, Mr. Mayo Pants.
Yeah, I'm running for governor, chump.
I don't give a damn.
Oh
What,
yeah,
you're running to your meth dealer. I don't care how much meth you're smoking. You don't come in here
Chauncey
yelling at black
thing.
people.
Okay.
You're saying 12 years a slave. Who the hell you think you are?
Now you come meet me, slave.
Okay, you're not going to do anything. You're not tough.
Hey, you come meet me and talk shit about Charlie Kirk. You fuck around.
Where are you, bitch ass mayonnaise man? Where are you?
I'm in Minnesota running.
Okay. I don't want to go to Minnesota. Come out to LA. The hell I want to do in Minnesota? Bring your ass
The fuck out in LA.
you ass out here. The hell am I going to do in Minnesota? Kick it with you and a bunch of
Nah,
Samoans? What am I going to do out there?
that's not AI. People literally call it he be holding spaces on Twitter. People will literally call up talking crazy. Like that like these are real people. They literally call them talking crazy. These are real people, not AI.
What you gonna do?
Like if you look up Tariq Nasheed microphone check, like he had one of the biggest Black History type movies of all time. And Black Microphone Check is a history on hip hop because people were trying to say other people created. Yeah, people try to say other people created hip hop. So Tariq Nasheed created a movie documentary called Microphone Check, which is one of the biggest hip hop movies of all time. And it was an actual documentary. A lot of people don't know who Tariq Nasheed is. He's been around for like a long time. Yeah. So, I mean,
Out here is come
and do what? What am I going to do? And what you going to do? Yeah, if I'm out there, okay, let's say it. Let's say I'm in Minnesota. I go to Minnesota. I'm kicking it in Minnesota. Now, what's Tom going to do? What's Tom going to do? Come on, Tom. Let's pretend I'm out there in Minnesota. Since you so damn tough. Yeah, you don't like what we're saying about suspected white supremacist Charlie Kirk? Tough titty. He shouldn't have been an anti-black racist. Unmute your mic. You probably dropped your meth pipe on the phone. Mr. Tom. Now, while Tom is getting his pipe together, let's get Nehemiah back in here. Nehemiah?
Thank you. Thank you, Terry.
You bitch. You muted me. You can't debate, so you kill us. You can't. You don't have the intelligence to debate. You have talked.
Your mic was muted on your own, sir.
Okay, no. Okay, well, I'm not muted now, so let's have this debate. You think you're? You got to.
Oh, you don't control nothing in here. So you're not just gonna come yelling and screaming. You're gonna have some decorum. You're not gonna act tough. You've been watching too many Clint Eastwood movies. All right, stop.
Oh, you know what, friend?
You're not Clint Eastwood. You just ain't gonna run up on niggas with all that tough shit. All right, you gonna get pistol whipped. Calm down. Calm down.
Okay, ain't nobody gonna
down. You're not Charles Bronson. All right, some of you old elderly hillbillies, y'all watch these movies and you think you Chuck Norris. Calm your old ass down. All right. Now,
muted by.
Yeah. Now what are we doing? Now, let's go. Now what are we debating? We got to debate what we debating. Go.
Okay, let's have let's have this debate. You're making all kinds of lies up about Charlie Kirk, talking all kinds of racist shit about him. So let's do this. This man was the next president when he would have been turning 35. This man was beloved by millions. He brought to the campuses all around our country reason.
Yeah, get the red one.
Baseball season is in full swing. Catch the action live with game day features like He Plays from the best seat in the house. YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
Logic.
I don't have you muted. It might be a double mute. I don't have you muted. So don't come whining to me. All right. He didn't bring reason and logic. He was a pathological liar. He lied about crime stats. His whole claim to fame was going around lying about black people to galvanize white supremacists around the country. That's called a suspect.
You lying. You keep muting me is what you're doing. It says muted by host. What about the 1 in 22 blacks that are murderers? What about that? That's what I heard.
What about the one who murdered your boy Charlie Kirk? What about him?
What about him? What about him?
How come you ain't out there trying to find him? You up here worrying about some mythological black people.
Oh, I've posted his photograph. They finally got a nice, clear. See, this is how ignorant you are.
Well, no, you white supremacist suspects have to deflect onto black people to deflect from your own damn dysfunction. Your boy just got his brains blown out by your fellow white man.
That's how
You're up here whining about black people because you don't wanna deal with your own.
Yeah, you just got to keep.
You don't want to deal with your own damn dysfunction. You have a dysfunctional white supremacist community.
You will not allow me to debate you. All you do is keep.
No, you're not going to talk
You can see
over
they got
me.
teddy bears.
You're not going to talk over me with your John Goodman looking ass. You're not going to talk over me. You're going to listen. You don't run nothing in here.
Because there ain't nothing.
About all that MF, mother, you're not tough, sir. I don't give a damn how many Charles Bronson movies you watch. You're not going to do nothing. Stop all that shit, Tom. You're not tough. Sit your ass down somewhere and drink some Geritol or something. You're not.
Yeah, you can make you can talk all that good shit out in LA. I've been to every.
I am, and I'll talk it out there. What you gonna do if I come out there to Minnesota and they love me in Minnesota? What?
Hold on. And what happened? You said somebody muted themselves? We're gonna get into other. Now what happened? You said somebody muted themselves?
You've seen the outrage from the right. And look, again, nobody is saying that, oh my gosh, we're happy that this happened to Charlie Kirk. It should, nobody, I don't believe in political violence. However, the right is saying, well, this is war. And you liberals are killers.
What was it when the one congresswoman was murdered along with her husband in Minnesota and another congressman? See, because here's the thing. Now, they bantering the word assassination around. Charlie Kirk was not a political figure. I mean, he might have been influential to political figures. He wasn't a political figure. He wasn't assassinated. He was shot. He was shot. And that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, that happens to far too many people. But those other two congressmen, they were political figures, and they were shot because of their political beliefs. And it's always like we can only have empathy for people if we relate to them, if we spark to them, if we have a tribal connection to them. It is a shame. And the thing that makes me the angriest about this is I always swore that I would never cede my humanity to anybody or any other situation, but that's getting more and more difficult to do because I certainly don't believe a young man, 31 years old, should have lost his life. But Charlie Kirk was a horrible human being. He said horribly incendiary things. As a matter of fact, he died. The very last words he spoke were basically putting the onus of gun violence on gangs, which is a synonym for synonymous with black people. He blamed the very way he died was lying about black people with his last breath. And I just think the best thing I can say is that I hope he believed what he was saying. I hope he believed that lives being lost were worth it so the Second Amendment can persevere. I hope he believed that there should be a lack of empathy. He was parsing between sympathy. Sympathy means we have a similarity. Empathy means I have nothing to do with you, but I can still feel your pain as a human being. And I hope he believed all the rhetoric he espoused, because if not, that was certainly an empty, vacant way to live, and certainly a horrible way to die.
Speaking of, here is Charlie Kirk on empathy.
Instead, it is to say you're actually not in pain. So let's just very short clip. Bill Clinton in the 1990s, it was all about empathy and sympathy. I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage, but it is very effective when it comes to politics. Sympathy I prefer more than empathy. That's a separate topic for a different time. Here's cut 64.
Okay, so you said sympathy and empathy are different. It would be great if one could have both, and that means it sounds to me like he's saying if I can't relate to you in any way, if you're not of my tribe, then I can't understand what it's like for you. Yeah, therefore I have no empathy, no feelings about good feelings.
Exactly. Like even whenever, this is just my assessment of, when I hear a white guy tell me how much he loves Christ, I wonder who he hates more. Because it wasn't a mess of love and togetherness. It was separateness. It's superiority versus inferiority. And it amazes me how when Jesus was sitting with Lazarus, when Lazarus was asleep and he was sitting with I forgot her name. He was with her, crying with her, even though he knew that he would wake him up 5 minutes from now. Like he knew, but that's empathy. The very tenet, the very core of Christianity is empathy. Loving your neighbor, not yourself, not people in your tribe. And they bastardize almost every aspect of this. They've taken terms and twisted them to mean something that they don't. He was a white nationalist who said horribly incendiary things about virtually everybody. If you didn't have his worldview, if you didn't see the world like he did, you were on the other side of it. I think that you shouldn't die for that. But unfortunately, that has always been the history of this country. So I don't have a hard time holding these two ideas in my head at one time. I think he was a vile human being, and I think he shouldn't die. But imagine if that was the standard or that was the predicate for killing somebody, I think anybody would be alive. But I think he shouldn't have died for that. But lionizing him, you're lowering the flag. Even if Charlie Kirk had been alive when that school shooting that happened at the same time, he would have thought that those lives were worth it. He thought, and very clearly, he thought that the gun laws were too tough. He thought they should have been relaxed. So he died the very way, protecting the very thing that would take his life. And I don't believe in karma. But I do think it's interesting. He wasn't killed in New York or LA, or he wasn't killed in Baltimore or any of the cities that they constantly hold up as whipping boys. He was killed in one of the whitest places on earth, and by someone that looked like him. You can tell. Let me tell you something. You know who it was because you know who it wasn't. When 3 words let you know when the black guy, Utah and at large. So I think it is a shame that such a young man was capable of such acrimony and vile speak. That's the saddest part to me.
I went to KFC. I'm done.
Again, right now we don't know who the suspect is. You heard me read the update, I believe, TL, at the beginning of the show when we started, that there's still a suspect on the loose. There's been all this misinformation. There was something about there's a transgender connection. None of that has been confirmed right now.
Of course, because they arrested. You know how hard it is to find a white guy in Utah? That's got to be I think, and plus, look at who's looking for him. Between Pam Bondi and Cash Patel, they shouldn't be head of security at a junior college.
The light button, brother.
But these are what we have as the head of law enforcement in this country, and it wasn't that because of their acumen. It was because of their loyalty, their fealty. And now, when you need professionalism, you need people with expertise. You don't have it.
Don't know, and still they're coming to conclusions about who is responsible, like Nancy Mace. Listen.
Delivering safe, clean, reliable, and affordable water to your family and ours.
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. They probably, all the kids of every conservative in the country called panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
By that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota?
Political.
Isn't this on both sides?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking.
We don't know what condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking.
No, not at all.
You said the Democrats
this
have
is
to
on.
but I'm asking,
Democrats own this.
But isn't there a problem
this.
with political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%.
How do we know what he was? Like, we don't even know. Here's the thing. I guarantee. Now, I don't know who he was. I certainly don't know what his motivations are. But I do know this. I bet he was a white guy who could have a gun legally, and he was a good white guy with one of those guns. Who makes guns easier to get in a country so angry and so divided? Who insists on propagating more guns? Who insists on protecting gun lobbies? Who insists that we are safe enough and that the cost of freedom is the lives of American citizens every single day? Who owns that? It's really simple. We shouldn't have such unfettered access to guns. We shouldn't be so callous about them. Even Charlie Kirk's own words said that it was acceptable to lose American lives as long as they got freedom to protect the Second Amendment so they can protect it. What other right is more important than the right to life? Like, what other thing are you saving up for that the Second Amendment is going to protect you for other than the sanctity of life? What does that mean? I guarantee you, if you committed abortions with a gun, it would be a whole different thing, but that's not the way it is. They don't care about lives. It should be an abomination. If you can't tell me, political speak didn't kill that man, somebody with a gun did. And it's easier to get guns in America than it is Sudafed. And you tell me the problem is what somebody says has nothing to do with the fact that they have the apparatus to commit acts of violence. They have apparatuses to do it. They could walk around in many states with guns and unfettered access to them. And you think it's just words? Words didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Somebody with a gun did, and somebody with a gun that people like him and people on the right made it easier to have and to possess and to stockpile.
Speaking of the Second Amendment, here's Charlie Kirk.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this.
24 likes, that's what's up.
Universe. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at
Is that, this may sound harsh, but this is the world that he created, that he helped to create, the reality.
Listen, what is it? Proverbs 18:21. Life is death is in the power of the tongue. He said these things. He laid his life at the altar of the Second Amendment and felt, see, the problem is he didn't think, nor did they think it would happen to one of them. He didn't think it would happen to him. But it's fine when school kids are dying. It's fine when people are getting shot at synagogues. Look at, they tried to put a bomb they burned down where the sitting governor of Pennsylvania was sitting, was with his family. Was this kind of outrage? They have tried to assassinate the vice.
Yo, what's good, Jay? What up, man? You know, I'll be missing your messages normally. I'll be missing your messages normally. Hop on 2K? Oh, man. I hop on 2K. Jumping on 2K right now, but matter of fact, I'm about to screen capture. You know what? I'm about to end. Hold up. That's gonna be for this live. I'm on 2K. And I'm actually live on 2K right now. But till then,
Shore Beauty School is your path to a successful cosmetology career. For over 40 years, Shore has trained and placed numerous beauty professionals in their dream jobs. We begin with counseling.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you courtesy of SiriusXM Channel 82 Mad Dog Sports Radio. Number to call up, as always, is 888 Mad Dog 6. That's 888 Mad Dog 6. That's 888-623-3646. And also, if you want to send in your voicemail messages because you can't get me on the line, you can always go to SiriusXM.com/get serious. That's SiriusXM.com/get serious to send in your voicemail messages. I'll even grade them, and if you attach your phone number to you, I might even call you back and put you on the air to hear what you have to say. Normally, as you well know, I'm somebody that comes out like a bat out of hell. I love doing radio. I love being back at Mad Dog Sports Radio. I like to lead with my passion and my fervor. To really start the day, start the afternoon, so to speak. But if I sound a little bit, if not a lot, different, you can use the word melancholy, you can use the word sad or whatever. It's because I'm not in that kind of mood today. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be my true Stephen A. self. Whoever the hell I am is who I am. That's the way it goes. And I'm sitting up here this afternoon, the afternoon on the East Coast, the morning on the West Coast, and I want to thank the world of sports. We got a Thursday night game coming up tonight, Washington Commanders against the Green Bay Packers, and I know that, and I'm getting ready to talk about that. We've got news emanating out of the NBA involving Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to talk about that. The WNBA season is coming to an end. How much that means to you, if anything at all, without the services of Caitlin Clark. I'm going to talk about that.
Nah, man, he taking all the viewers, man. Yeah, like, bro, like, why do you need to be streaming for like a whole month straight, bro?
I said, yo, what in the world, yo?
Yeah, but the thing is, he's making that type of money, and other people like they're not even getting a tenth of that type of money.
Niggas ain't getting 100 for that type. Yo, you see the motherfuckers he be having on his stream, yo?
Yeah, he probably pay a lot of money for him too.
Like, this nigga be having, I mean, but he probably get that shit back.
Yeah.
That money come right back, man. What?
Yeah, like I was watching the video and it was like live streaming just ain't the same anymore. There's so many live streamers and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I kind of see what he means. But
I mean, he not my crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, he for the young niggas.
yeah,
I just don't see it. Like, that shit just be like, who the fuck about to sit there and watch these? Like, we have certain yes, I get it, but all that other shit, I just be like, yo, who the fuck is sitting there and watching this?
uh-huh. People just want to be entertained, I guess. Yeah, don't nobody really care about no Marlon Wayne. Marlon Wayne's had his little run. Yeah. So what you up to, young blood? You?
along with, of course, I'm in Vegas as we speak, in our Vegas, SiriusXM Vegas studios, because I'm here for the big fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez, defending his 168-pound super middleweight championship against Terrence Crawford, undefeated at 41-0 with 31 KOs, which may be the fight of the decade. So we're all looking forward to talking about those things, but that's not what's on my mind. What's on my mind was the shooting that happened yesterday in Utah. And we can slice it any way we want to, but what a horrific thing to see. It's all over the news. It's all over YouTube. It's everywhere. And I challenge anybody to take a look at that and tell me that you didn't cringe. I'm happy about sports today because it's supposed to be a reprieve, something that pulls you away from life's travails and what truly, truly ails us all. And I'm not going to get into any politics or anything like that. SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio ain't the place for that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be honest with the listeners out there everywhere to let you know that sports isn't the only thing on my mind, but I'm ecstatic that I'm still entrenched in the world of sports, and I get to talk about games and marvelous professional and collegiate athletes and storylines that ultimately make you say, come hell or high water, at the end of the day, it's just a game. There's real life stuff going on in this world. And we saw a right-wing conservative host, because that's what he was, and that's what they labeled Charlie Kirk. And we saw this man.
Going on? Thompson, what's going on? Why is my what's the name live stream playing? Rich. So what's up, Jay? Bro, get out of here. I ain't trying to be in here. Yeah, Jay.